Hey guys, this is Greg and we're here in Jackson, Mississippi today in my dining room, and I'm here to show you a seed starting station that I built. This was built from a rack that I picked up at Sam's. I think I paid about $90 or so for the little rack. It was a 5-shelf rack. I only used 4 of them. It is on casters, so it's easy to move around. Picked up these lights at Home Depot. I think the light fixture itself was about $20. They came pre-wired, so there's no wiring and all that mess that you have to do. The bulbs are about $10 for 2. You don't really need any kind of specialized bulbs, just plain old fluorescent bulbs. These are T8 bulbs. You could use T12s or T5s, whichever. The T8s are relatively inexpensive, and they seem to do really well. This is some asparagus that we started from seed. Those seeds were planted on January the 9th. Today is February the 17th, so exactly 31 days, and you can tell we've already got some really good growth out of these little guys. This initial little fern that you see up here, that was the initial part that came up, was a little fern, and it was kind of droopy. And I was a little concerned about that. I was thinking, well, maybe they're starving for light, but I think that's the way they're really supposed to be, because these next ones that have come in have a lot more, I don't know, I guess, stability to them, and are much more firm. You can tell they really bounce back when you wave your hand through there. You can see the little shoots coming up out of the ground right there. You can see another one coming in there. Each of these have 2 to 3 to some of them 4 of the little shoots popping up. So as soon as the last frost happens here, we'll put these out. I'm afraid now I may have started these a little bit early, as big as they already are, because these things, some of these things are over a foot tall already. But these little boxes, I got these at Walmart, and you can tell they fit a potting tray just perfectly down in there. Or you can cut a little piece of plywood, as I did here. And these are soil blocks. You can see these seeds were planted on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. Getting fantastic germination. You can see all kinds of germination starting in there. So I'm really pleased at what we're finding. Between using these plastic covers to maintain moisture and the heat produced from these lights, it is really producing some high quality seedlings so far. The temperatures on this are running, just really nicely. You can see there from this instant read probe, we're running about 70 degrees here. You can adjust the distance of light to the box when they're germinating to kind of control your temperatures in here. All of this is set up on a automatic timer. So my lights go on at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then at about 8 o'clock at night they turn off. You can see inside this box we have a little bit more heat generated in there, a little more greenhouse effect going on in there. This is running about 79.5 degrees, so a little bit warmer there. I'm going to show you how we adjust the lights. We come up with this system. I tried 2 or 3 different ways to be able to adjust my lights, but what I ended up doing was running a piece of really heavy-duty monofilament line through the little hole there where the chain and hook would normally be, ran it up through the rack, over here to a hook, and then to adjust this, all you have to do is just pull the hook and then stick it in one of the holes, and you can change the distance from the lights down to the boxes. You could also adjust, these shelves are fully adjustable, so you can adjust the distance between the shelves. You can see my big rat nest back here in the back with all the electrical. That's the timer down there, and then I needed additional plugs for the lights to run into. The timer only had 4 holes for the plugs, so I just added another little surge protector there. I think the timer was about 20 bucks, and the surge protector was probably another 10. The little boxes here, you can pick these up for $6 a piece at Walmart or something like that. If we were to use no drip trays, you could actually put, you can see them right there, 4 trays will fit on one shelf. So you could technically start as many as 16 trays of seedlings in this thing at one time. When you're using soil blocks though, there's 20 blocks in each of those little sections there. There's 160 plants in that one box, and not nearly all the room is already used, so I just didn't need that many, and I really didn't want to take the chance of putting water down onto my lights below, so I use these larger boxes. I would warn you about that. Be very careful mixing water and electricity. That's why I like these deeper boxes where water just, it's going to be very hard to get water onto the lights this way. This is the way we ended up building these little wire connectors. You can see this is 150 pound test monofilament. I put a little crook on it so I could get it through that little hole there. You measure the light. This light's exactly 4 feet. I put a mark here at 2 feet, which is half the distance. You pull the line up real tight. So change hands here. Get it right where you want it. You've already slid on one of the little clips there. And then you take a pair of pliers, or that's actually a pair of crimpers. You can do it with a regular pair of pliers, and you just crimp it too. And then you do it again on the opposite side, coming back this way. And you have 2 lines that are exactly the same length then, that you just put a hook on, an S hook. You can see that little S hook right there attached to it, and it drops one side down to there, and the other side down to here. And then to raise and lower it, you just pull it out and raise and lower it. Very, very simple. Now I'm going to take you outside and show you a few lettuce plants that we started that are already up and going. We'll be right back. Okay, we're out here in the garden. These are lettuce plants. That's some romaine and some buttercrisp, I think, or something like that, or summer crisp, or I can't remember what they were. But anyhow, these were lettuce plants that were started at the exact same time that the asparagus was. So these are 31 days old from seed, and I just absolutely could not be happier with these things. They are so vigorous and such hardy little plants. I made the mistake of putting these out on Sunday, and on Monday we actually had tornadoes come through here, and really strong wind, super heavy rain, just absolutely beat these poor little romaines to death. Probably should have waited till Tuesday to put these out, but I didn't, and the little romaines kind of paid the price, but the others are very healthy, very vigorous. I would say those leaves are probably 4 inches long, so that is from seed to a 4-inch plant in exactly 31 days. I am just absolutely tickled with the progress so far. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video, and good gardening.